Day 3 of Vlogmas, here we are.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly. 'Tis the season to be jolly.
One of the things I do to keep myself busy is I serve quarter time as the pastor of Sherwood United Methodist Church, which means that in addition to attending some meetings and doing some visitation and stuff and preparing for worship, I do office hours on Thursday mornings. I come into the church and open it up and meet with people or do office work that needs to get done around the church. So you guys had to come along with me today for that. My thoughts are all over the place today, but of course one of the things I'm thinking about is the violence that erupted yesterday in San Bernardino. I confess that I am feeling a little bit numb and a little bit guilty about that. The grief that I think I'm supposed to be feeling isn't really showing up. And the rage that a lot of other people seem to be feeling, I feel like I went through that 3 years ago. I was furious about this a long time ago, and I can only sustain the fury for so long. It feels a little bit like someone who sometimes puts opinions on the internet. You're supposed to have a take on these things, but if I was required to have a take on every outbreak of mass shootings in our society, I would have to do that every single day, since there have been more shootings than days this year in our country. I do think, as one of 3 co-authors of a book entitled Never Pray Again, that the Daily News got it right yesterday with their cover, which said that God isn't going to fix this, and that the individuals who have power to do something about this, our elected representatives who do nothing but offer up thoughts and prayers, are cowards hiding behind empty platitudes. Actually, what this brings to mind for me is the 4th commandment, you shall not take the Lord's name in vain. This commandment's often interpreted sort of superficially, frivolously, to mean don't say the word God or Jesus or something like that as a curse word. Like, don't stub your toe and then be all, Jesus H. Christ when you do it, which just seems like such a superficial reading to me. What this commandment is actually about is about hypocrisy. It's about saying or invoking God as a form of cover, a pious blanket that you put over your impiety, your unrighteousness, your selfishness, and your actual lack of will to do what God actually requires of you, which is to act justly toward your neighbors. So what this commandment is actually referring to is it's referring to a senator who tweets something like, God have mercy, my thoughts and prayers are with the victims of the incident, knowing that that senator has absolutely no intention of doing anything to stem the problem or to prevent there being future incidences of violence. This commandment, taking the Lord's name in vain, is about bathing oneself in a veneer of religiosity to cover a fundamental lack of compassion that's underneath. Even worse than those who have the power to do something but are doing nothing and will cloak their inactivity in language of piety are those who are out there actively exacerbating the problem. Those who are using the Middle Eastern name and ethnicity of one of the shooters yesterday to stoke the fires of fear and hatred and racism in our society. Those who will cynically use these deaths and the thousands of others who have died of senseless gun violence in our country to encourage even more people to take up arms, in direct contradiction with Christ's explicit command that we put down our swords, all the while invoking God and Jesus and prayer and the Bible to cover up their hypocrisy. That is what it means to take the Lord's name in vain.
See the blazing hill before us. Strike the harp and join the chorus.
Alright, enough preaching. I'm meeting a congregation member for coffee and to talk, and I thought you might like to see how it kind of always is here in Portland this time of year. Misty and rainy. Alright, that's my 3rd Vlogmas video. I am gonna keep on doing these every day until Christmas, hopefully. It would be a huge encouragement to me if you would like, comment, subscribe, share this with your friends, dragoon them into watching it. Actually, one of the things that'd be a big help would be if in the comments you would give me suggestions of topics and things you'd like to hear me talk about, or things you'd like to see me do, because I have to make one of these every day, so ideas are helpful to keep them from getting boring for both me and for you. Stay Adventy.
Sing rejoice all together, heedless of the wind.